Hi everyone, it's Caroline. I'm going to do some prompts today. It's the Hillside Heart prompts, and I'm going to choose this one. I was thinking about not doing it for a little while, but I really enjoy the whole exercise of just pulling out some words and creating from that one. So I thought, yeah, I'm just going to keep doing this, and when it's done, and we'll move on from there, or I'll try something different, maybe. There's my 3. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do on this page or this or both. I don't know until I flip the words. There's childhood image, numbers, and fruit. So those are the words for today. Childhood images, or image. Okay, that's pretty good. I think I can come up with that. Fruit, definitely, and numbers. Well, let's take a look here. And I think I'll do the whole spread. I think I've been having a lot of fun doing that, so I'm going to continue working that way. We are getting very fluffy here. These are from many, many years ago, and they are obviously numbers. So, and here's some great stencils for mark making. I can put those over to the side. A couple of different sizes here too. I think I'm going to do some stenciling on here with numbers. And let's do some numbers that make sense. I'm going to do 65, the year my brother was born. I'll do 64, the year I was born. I have to get my paint set up. I'm going to do yeah, I'll do some white, because that makes sense to me, and I just need to get a little bit of a palette. Okay, I just have this packaging. I have some paint on the packaging over here, a sponge that I've been using. Well, let's just go for it. I'm going to dip my sponge in here. Make sure it's not too wet. We'll give it a try. I'm going to try the 4. Actually, I'll do the 6 over here. Those are the same size. Let's try this. A little bit of old-fashioned stenciling. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do a few different numbers. Our house number used to be 66, where we used to live. Let's do that. It's kind of neat too, because childhood images, I'm going to have to dig something out from there for that, but I do have some old photos that I think I can get them from my drawer here in my craft room. Okay, this is fun, yeah. And because of the numbers, they're going to be significant. Let's go ahead and do something down here. Probably should turn them around a bit so that they're not all the same direction. An upside down 6 is an eye. Oh, that's fun. Let's do that. Actually, my old house where I grew up was 190. And that whole street, the street that I grew up on, because they extended it quite far, so they had to change all the numbers, and the house number that we grew up in no longer exists, which is so weird to me. I don't know how and why they do that, but I'm just going to go this way. I'm just going to do some abstract. This is a very large 5. So I need a, okay, I'll leave the 5 over here. I'm just going to talk this through. I need a 0. I wonder if I have a 0 here. Okay, I just went into the file folder. Here's my 0. Here's a 1. It's quite large. I don't know what I was using this for. This was from a long time ago when our kids were little. And I used to get together with my girlfriends for craft night. We did painting and wood crafts and all kinds of fun stuff. And that's part of that. I'm going to go for it anyway. 1, it's huge. And the 0. 190. Yeah. Perfect. Need a 4. Put the 4 here. Let me see here. Is that enough for now? Let's just do some random numbers that don't make any sense. A 7. 7s are fun. Let's do a 7 down here. Let's go over here with the 7. A lot of this will probably be covered up. Okay. I think that's good for right now. Look for some fruit. I know that tomatoes are considered fruit, so that's a possibility. Just going to go into my lots of fruit here, into my seed catalog. Let's take a look. I'm going to upcycle, recycle, because that's what this is about to me. I'm hoping to find some fruit in here. Here's some fruit. We have berries. Oh yeah, lots of beautiful fruit. And take this one. Apples. I mean, I don't know what this is. I always say that. I don't know what this is going to look like. And we have blueberries, which our blueberry, our currants and all our berry bushes are starting to bud. So fun. I think I'm going to use my scissors for this part because it's getting a little bit, just a little bit picky. More apples. Okay, I have pulled out some photos that are actually on my board, my little bulletin board in front of me, and I just scanned them on a piece of paper that I tried to print something and it just didn't work out. So I'm reusing the paper to do this. And I have, this is a photo of my husband when he was a baby. The rest are of myself and my brother and my mom and dad. And I was thinking I might do the whole family, but I won't have enough space. And it is, I'm going to take it as my childhood. So Some of these I'm going to probably cut around a bit. This is where now I have to do some collaging. Some resizing, I think, too. I love this one of Jim. It's so cute. And his birthday is the 5th of March, and that would be fun here, too. I'm going to put that, I think I'm going to start gluing down. I'm going to use the rest of my Aleene's Tacky Glue. I think it's on its way out. I'm going to use this. Yeah, I'll put that right there. I have my fruit here that I can collage. And you know what I think I'll do is I'm going to cut around some of it. We grow raspberries here. We have some bushes, and I think that's perfect. I don't know if I'm going, I'll put it here like that for a moment. This is a Christmas photo of when I was a baby, and I don't really need that whole photo. Mom and Dad, me. Let's put that over here. She never really liked the photo of herself in this picture because her eyes are kind of closed. But, you know, back in those days, even when I was growing up and had a camera, you had to just take the picture and hope for the best when you brought it in to get developed. My dad, they're so young here. I mean, oh. All right, now I have blueberries, which are so yummy. More blueberries. Picture of Jeff, my brother, and my dad fishing. A fun photo. We were camping. And Dad with his, oh, it's so funny what he wore to go fishing here. Now this is a big picture. I can put that like that. Maybe, I wonder if I can save this. Let's put that there. I guess I'll put the photos first. It says image, but I've got a bunch of images, so, because I couldn't choose one. And I like all of the photos. I like all the images. And I guess an image could have been something else too, like something from my childhood. Didn't have to be a picture of my family. That's how we can interpret things differently. That's the fun of doing something like this. It's see what everybody comes up with. And I'm just really scratching Jeff's hair off here with this glue. That's okay. So I've got my husband, I've got my brother, me, my dad, my mom, and me on a bicycle. I did use this photo before when I did, forget if it was something vintage or, again, something from your childhood, but it was for the Junk Journal July Challenge that I participated in my first year doing my channel. So that was 20, was it last summer? Maybe it was last summer. I don't even remember now. So I don't need this whole picture because it's going to take up a lot of space. This actually, this photo was taken before we moved to Stenciling. It's where I grew up, but before I moved there, I lived in the city of Ottawa. And then my mom and dad bought their first home, our first home, in Stenciling. And I mean, I couldn't afford a home in Stenciling nowadays. It's changed a lot. I'm gonna try and do this. Oh, this is perfect collage here, like this. Okay, I like that. Just try to make these things work. I still have to put my fruit in. And I have an apple story. It's kind of funny. I mean, maybe it's not appropriate now. Well, it's not. It wasn't even then. But my brother and our best friends were our neighbors that we grew up with across the street from us, Michael and Terry. Anyway, Jeff and Mike one day, this is when they were really little, so we're probably like 5 and 6 years old, or 5 years old. The two of them were the same age. And we had an apple tree. There was a little apple orchard in our backyard, like in our way backyard, the neighbor that we never really knew, although we used to call her the apple witch because she used to come screaming at us if our ball went over the fence and we had to go get it. And anyway, one day Jeff and Mike decided to go and pick apples and sell them at the end of our street because there were so many apples. They thought, well, she can't use them all, so we're gonna pick some. And they brought a paper bag and picked some apples, and they just decided to sell apples. Well, of course, somebody complained, or they found out, or something happened, and a nice officer from Stittsville, actually we all knew we knew him. He brought the boys home with the bag of apples and said, you know, that we can't do that, that you shouldn't do this. And of course the boys had to be humbled and learn their lesson, and that was the end of that, and they never did that again. But it's just something to me that made me laugh. When my mom used to tell the story, she said it in a very colorful way, and it always just reminded me of Little Rascals, you know, just doing things and sometimes getting into trouble. Pretty harmless. And I mean, they were 5 years old. They just wanted to be enterprising young fellas at the time. I think it's funny. I think this is the placement I'm going to go with. I'm going to put it on fast forward just to help speed this up a little bit while I glue this down. Just taking a piece of chalk and I'm going around to highlight, or yeah, just to give a little bit of a highlight. I don't have a white pastel, actually, hold that thought. Paper, glass, metal. I don't know where I got this. Let's see if that'll work a little bit better than chalk. The chalk does work okay, but I think it'll wear out. Not that that's a big deal. And this works fine. Okay, my dad's already highlighted there from the blob of paint. I think that's all I want to do there. Don't really need a whole lot. I have to write the date, and today is, I think what I'll do is I'll write it over here. It was numbers, fruit, and I'll put here childhood, or yeah, childhood image. May the 2nd. Here's today's Hillside Heart prompts that were childhood image, numbers, and fruit. Did some stenciling, pulled out some fruit photos from my my magazine, my seed catalog, and some images that I have on my bulletin board here in my craft room. And then I just printed them on a piece of paper that was a misprint. And I have my husband, childhood image, myself with my mom and dad, my brother with my dad and myself. And then I also found this word, little phrase, I never changed, I learned. I like to think I did. And I put down here, so these numbers, this is 66 Meadow Breeze Drive, 190 Laird Street, where I grew up. This is where I had my family and where they grew up. Then I have my brother's number, 65. That's the year he was born. Lucky 7 was my mom's number. 64, the year I was born. Anyway, and different combinations there in there. The fruit, the apples are significant. The cherries are my mom's favorite. My husband's is raspberry and blueberries, pears. Anyway, just fun. And that was today's fun prompt page. Thanks everyone for coming along today. I just hope that you have some inspiration from this. Prompts are good for me because I would not have created this any other way. I love how it sparks memories. It brings meaning to my life, you know, just with my loved ones. And it just helps to find ways to bring all these elements together. Thanks everyone. I hope you have an amazing day, amazing evening. Be adventurous and stay fresh. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.